Hey guys, it is Christian here, aka Champagne Chrissy. This segment of something I'm gonna start new on my channel is called Unwin with Champagne, where we just talk about what's going on in my life or what I feel like I've had a lot on my mind and things I want to share with you guys. So to unwind, poured me a little white Zinfandel, and we're going to get started. Right now, today, we are going to talk about force. That is what this specific episode in the segment is going to be. And this is something that I want to be a continuous thing where we just sit down and talk, because most of my channel is all vlogs. I feel like some of people who watch this probably know who I am already. Yeah. So if we look up force, the definition of force, as you guys know, many different things can pop up. I'm just going to read a few. One is strength or energy as an attribute or physical connection or movement. Second definition that popped up there is coercion or compulsion, especially with the use of threat of violence. Third is mental or moral strength or power. 4, an organized body of military personnel or police. That's what we talk about today. And 5, a situation in which a force out is possible. Now, for those who don't know, I recently graduated college about 3 months ago, and this is the first time in a very long time where I don't know what I'm doing. There's no really specific plan for next. I feel like I've been a big planner my whole life. Or you plan to go to college, you get good grades, and you work toward that mission. That goal was set. Graduated from North Farmington High School in Farmington Hills, Michigan. And my plan was to go straight to Chicago out of school. Did that. Now, for those who don't know, I've done so much work in the city, like many internships, many side hustles, many jobs, many things that I didn't like, where I was forcing myself to do that so I can get whatever magical, huge, big thing I was planning next. I was just forcing myself to go to school. After a while, I did want to drop out. I actually dropped out of school two times. Those times, one was for financial reasons. I had to go back home to Michigan for a little while, work a lot to put myself back into school. And the second time was just I feel like I broke down. I was forcing myself, my own strength and energy, to go to classes. Forcing myself to just stick it out to get to that point. I'm like, after graduation, things are going to be amazing. Things are going to be perfect. I'm going to be all that it is that I was thinking to be in my own head of mine. Now, fast forward to now. Graduated college, like I said, 3 months ago. Walked across the stage. The exact date was May 11, 2019. And I didn't feel good that day. I didn't feel celebratory. I was forcing myself to feel a specific type of way because that was what I was told I should feel. Now, I did have a job offer, right a few weeks before I graduated. I was starting to get offers. I got an offer in New York, which I don't even like talking about it. It was my original plan to go there. I was just gonna soar, work for a huge advertising or marketing agency, and be this woman I plan for myself to be. We'll talk about, I guess, womanhood in a different video, because I'm a girl, but like, what does being a woman mean? And I don't want to really dig into that right now, because I kind of have these episodes planned out. Right now, we're just going to talk about force. And I couldn't take it because it was part-time in New York, and it was legitimately for the #1 agency I wanted to get into, because I visited 12 agencies and I really kind of felt attached to about 3 or 4. But it was just one that I would do almost anything to work there. I couldn't do part-time. I don't really have any financial support besides myself, so part-time is just something I could do maybe if I saved a little bit more in college. Maybe that was something that I could actually maybe do, stick it out a little bit and kind of do the whole struggling thing in New York. But in all honesty, I didn't want to struggle anymore because I felt like I struggled so much in school, putting myself through school, working full time. I literally worked full time while I was in school, like more than full time, sometimes working 50 plus hours, while also taking the maximum credits I took at one time was 19 credits, which was my last semester, my senior year. I felt like my brain was just like, it just felt like it was going to actually stop working. So now I forced myself to take a position in Chicago, and I did not want to stay in Chicago after I graduated college, but I did because it was a full-time offer. The salary was lower than what I originally wanted because I had a number in my head to get, and that number has not disappeared. I still want that number, but I forced myself to take it because I'm just like, can't be put out on the street, don't want to lose my place, don't want to lose the things that I've worked hard for. I'll just take that and I'll be happy. So now, pretty much 90 days in, a few days short of 90 days. The force, I can feel it now. Everything I forced myself to do, I feel like is piled on top of what I'm forcing myself to do now, which is to be happy where I'm at. I'm thankful for the job I do have. Not most people can say they got a job right out of school. Some people have to search for a while. Some people have to search for months, sometimes years, sometimes weeks. I don't know. But I was blessed enough to be able to say I got my job offer in school. Now, with all this force, I'm just like, this doesn't really feel natural to me. I don't necessarily want to do what I'm doing now. Technically, it is in my field. I do want to say that. I majored in public relations. I always saw myself working in events, working in social media or strategy, and right now I'm in client services. And I'm forcing myself to do that. And sometimes when I get really low and I feel sad, I'm wondering where all this force is taking me. Is this force taking me in the direction I want to go? Am I forcing myself to do something that I definitely want to do? And I feel in a sense that it's everything I did for nothing, right? I have to keep forcing myself and pushing myself in a direction that isn't what I want, where I didn't see myself going. Because people say what is for you is naturally for you. But what if it also, I'm kind of thinking, comes from some force that you have to put into that, you know? These are things that I think about. These are things that I'm thinking about now. Like right now. Like so many thoughts that's like going through my head. I will pour another glass of this, but I'm actually out. Wine is like my favorite thing. Not like ever, but it's like up there. Do you guys think you have to force sometimes things to change in your life, or do you think that it just kind of naturally come? Because I'm not a person who always lets things naturally come. I think about doing that, but I'm a planner, I'm a doer. I've been not even relatively successful. Sometimes I downplay my own self because I see the bigger picture and see where I want to be. I'm like, you're not there yet, so technically you're not successful. But I am. Most people, I think, would have given up. That's why dropout rate, especially my school that I went to, which was Columbia College, Chicago, is huge. And now I'm wondering, how much more do I have to force before what I want comes? Because I don't feel like I have any energy left. I feel like I poured everything in. And I don't want to be sad about a big part of my life, which is work. Like, I spend 40 plus hours a week there. And it's something that I could probably put on my resume. I work for a great company, but it's going through its little kinks because it's acquiring different companies, and we have a lot of different trainings going on right now. But I don't feel like I have within me to force any more things that are going on. And what I do specifically, for people who don't know what client services is, I work for a public relations software company, and different PR firms, which I thought are PR agencies, which is kind of which direction I really wanted to go into specifically. And I kind of wanted to get into that, but we'll talk about my future plans for my life later. Like, I want to stay concentrated on what this video is supposed to be about, because I really can rant, and I did not want this to be a rant. I want it to be a very on-topic conversation. And the force. I want to be the one pushing the force, not being pulled into the force of life, which can also sometimes, I feel like, can take people anywhere. And that's kind of the point I really wanted to make with this specific video. I know I can't be in control of everything all the time. For those who don't know, I do believe in God, so I do pray a lot. I go to church regularly, not every single Sunday that exists in the calendar, but my church attendance is okay, and I listen to sermons in my free time, and we're always connected, I feel. So then in believing in that, there's, like, he is the main force. He's the center of my life. And he is ultimately in control of what happens to me, even if I don't want it to happen. He will use that for my ultimate purpose and my story. So it's not only my force, what I want, it's the world's force that happens all around me. And it's ultimately God's force, which he's in charge of both of those aspects, and it all equals into one. So I do believe in force. I just don't know where which direction I'm being forced into now, which is kind of driving me crazy, just a little bit. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't feel good every day. Sometimes I feel like I only feel good on the weekends, which are my days off, and I just wonder, like, how much more do I have to put in to get the output of what it is that I'm looking for. But, like, well, just keep pushing, keep trying. Things are gonna get better. That's what I told myself in school, you know? Now that I'm out, I don't have the umbrella of being protected as a student. Like, you kind of make excuses for yourself a little bit now, like when you're a student. Now I'm just an adult and I'm out, and there's really no excuses for me to myself anymore. The force from my job is pulling, and I'm pushing it away, in a sense. I'm pushing it away because I want something else. I'm pushing it away because I'm trying hard to create the vision of my life that I want. And I know my talents. I'm a really good leader, really good speaker, really good communicator. I am very smart. I'm very tactful. And I just don't want to feel like I'm forcing things to happen anymore. I feel like what should be happening should be kind of pulling to me because of the force that I've already put into everything. and that's how I believe force works. And I think I said the word force so many times in this video, it's practically crazy. But I just wanted to unwind with you guys and kind of talk about that, and I hope you guys have a great day.